June 1st, 2023. The Kamloops Blazers and the Peterborough Petes are squaring off in what is the first Memorial Cup tiebreaker since 2015. The Blazers beat Peterborough 10-2 in the round robin, and were off to a perfect start in this affair, racking up a 4-1 lead early into the second. But the Petes had other plans. Ultimately, overtime was needed, and the Blazers were giving it their all. CHL Defenseman of the Year Olin Zellweger would make a devious move to the net to get a high-quality shot off, but got stoned by Michael Simpson. The Petes would come back the other way, where Habs prospect Owen Beck would make a great power move down low before laying it off to J.R. Yvonne, who makes no mistake. You may be wondering why that hurts so much for me to say. Well, there I am, defeated, heartbroken. I was looking forward to this event for a long time. Also, being a few beers deep didn't help the emotions. But in the end, I was watching this as a fan. I couldn't imagine how the actual Blazers roster felt after such a gut-wrenching loss in front of your home crowd. And no one, and I mean no one, felt it more than Blazers captain, Logan Stankoven. The hometown kid, in his fourth year with the club, 2022 CHL Player of the Year. His WHL career had just come to an end in what you could say was the most heartbreaking way possible. The standing ovation Logan got before stepping off the ice is truly a moment I'll never forget from a fan's perspective. Despite the loss in the event, Logan still led the Memorial Cup in scoring with 9 points in 4 games, and was also involved in 50% of his entire team's offensive production, another stat in which he led the tournament in. He gave everything he had and then some, which is something that isn't out of the ordinary for Logan. Only standing in at 5'7", Logan has broken down barriers and worked his ass off to get to this point. Contrary to his size, Logan plays the biggest game on most nights, not fearing away from larger players, battling for pucks in the corners, fighting for net front presence, and laying the body if he has to. So as his tenure in Kamloops came to a close, we all patiently waited to see what the next chapter had installed. Logan began his 2023-24 campaign with the Dallas Stars in the preseason as he did the year before. This time, in a much more suitable role, being a returning player as most do. This time around, Logan put up 2 goals and 3 assists in only 6 games. Pretty formidable start, making it past each round of cuts as they came along. However, after all of this, the only thing on people's minds would be, does Logan crack the opening night roster for Dallas? Now keep in mind, Dallas is extremely deep and looking to be contenders, and regardless of how big of a game Logan can play at times, you don't need to rush a rookie straight out of the CHL into the show onto a bottom 6 line. That wouldn't be the right move for this organization. Therefore, Logan was sent down to the Texas Stars, who were looking to be a pretty strong team themselves with returning young stars like Maverick Bourque, Matej Blumel, and the addition of pieces like 2022 first and second round selections Leon Bixel and Christian Kyrou. His former teammate in Kamloops, Matthew Semenoff, also cracked the roster as well. Now, if you manage to look at this roster on your own time, you'd recognize that this is a really, and I mean really young team, like second youngest in the AHL kind of young. What's lovely about this is that it allows Logan to step into an imposing role with the Stars right away in his AHL career, and he's slotted right up front with Bourque and Blumel. Fair to say that this franchise is giving these 3 the green light to do what made them so successful in junior. And playing alongside these 2 who have had an extra year of AHL experience will help for some stability between them. Also, playing alongside fellow BC boy and team captain Curtis McKenzie is a strong thing to fall back on. Logan is being given the tools to succeed. And when you did that for him in every sanction of hockey he's played before this, it's worked. That even includes the U18s and the World Juniors. Logan was line mates with Connor Bedard in the 2021 U18s, and they lit it up. He even scored the game-winning goal in the gold medal match versus the Russians. In the World Juniors before the event got shut down, he was given the opportunity versus Austria after being scratched for the first 2 games, and he scored a beauty. Fast forward to the next 2 full World Juniors, no longer an expendable. He's front and center and a relied-upon scorer in Canada's back-to-back gold medal performance. If you give Logan the keys to success, he'll make you wonder why you didn't give them to him sooner. And it didn't take the Texas Stars a long time to figure that out.
Threw it out front, Stankoven, he scores! Mackenzie, Stankoven scores! His first professional goal, Logan Stankoven.
Logan Logan isn't just thriving in the AHL, he's dominating it. His consistency has been unreal, and he already looks like a player that's been flourishing in the league for years. He had already set the franchise record for most points for a rookie through their first 10 career games, and he is yet to take his foot off the gas pedal. When I was writing this script, he got through his first 17 games. He's played a few more now, and I'll put those stats up below. But for this part of the story, I need to mention it through the 17 games. In those 17 games in the AHL, Logan sat at 13 goals and 11 assists for 24 points. You take that point per game average, and you have to go back a decade until you find the next 20-year-old that put up numbers like that. Do you want to take a stab at who that player is? I'll flash a couple of his accolades under his silhouette here, and maybe you can fill in the blank. That should help out a bit. Alright, you got a guess? Okay. It's Nikita Kucherov.
Number one bullshit. Oh, number one bullshit.
And funny enough, Kucherov also put up the exact same stat line. Even funnier, these are Kucherov's only career AHL games, because he got called up 2 days after that 17th game because the Lightning needed some offensive talent after losing Steven Stamkos to a broken leg. Kucherov would finish the year off with Tampa and tally 18 points in 52 games. After that though, I mean, what can I say? The rest is history.
Fucking back to back and...
Now, I'm not comparing Stankoven to Kucherov. Hopefully we are in a couple of years, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. What I will say is that this early success in the AHL is usually a good telltale sign of what a player can accomplish at the next level. You scroll through the AHL rookie point per game leaders through the last decade, and you're juxtaposed with some of the best talent that the NHL has to offer over the last few years. Now, I'm also not saying I want Stankoven to fulfill Kucherov's prophecy here, even in a situation mirroring Kucherov's where a star player gets injured and he has to get called up. Patience is key in this situation, and you know it'll be a virtue. But I don't have to tell you that. I'll let Logan say that for himself.
There's no problem playing down in Austin with the Texas team, and yeah, it's just about growing your game each day, and like I said before, it's patience, so you can't expect to hop in the league right away. It's going to be tough, but I know if I put in the work, it's doable.